Now we're finally like, we gotta get things.
We can bring anybody.
They can sell you an iPhone for $100 or $900.
All we need, all you need is a product. We for PPS. Wanted to do it.
Get any interviews that you need.
And it'll be.
Mayor was in rush. I don't know if the receives a message.
ले ले एक दो ले लो disappear.
Nice to see you. Thank you so much for having us.
Mr. Mayor, how are you?
Nice to see you. Everybody good? All right. Thank you. Oh, okay.
Yeah, delegation from Bangladesh.
Let's do. That's beyond the power of the mayor.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Assalamu alaikum. Very lovely to see you all. They say early to bed, early to rise makes man a healthy, wealthy, and wise. It makes for a good mayoral campaign also. So, Margaret Mead said that never doubt that a small group of thoughtful, committed citizens can change the world. Indeed, it is the only thing that ever has. Your presence here is indicative that you are those thoughtful citizens, that you do want to change your community, that you are interested in better schools, that you are interested in safe streets, that you are interested in being politically active and involved. The gentleman standing next to me has done this for the last 4 years, and we are hoping that we will continue to have his leadership for the next 4 years. My co-host.
Salman Aftab, you all know me. Thank you so much for coming here early in the morning. We are so lucky that we have Honorable Mayor and Honorable Alderman Joe Moore, Alderman Kerry Austin, and Alderman Howard Brookins are here. Please give them big hands. We have a lot of community activists, community leaders, religious leaders from different communities of South Asia and Far East and Europe also. Bosnians, Turkish, and all of the brothers and sisters are here. Thank you all for coming here. Last 4 years in this city, we are blessed because before that, it was all mess. And this gentleman is standing right here. He made so many changes that are not possible in 4 years, but he did it. And let me give you some examples. He invested in the city's public schools, modernizing crumbling infrastructure, increased transportation options, and promoting companies and job creation in every neighborhood. Every neighborhood. He added more than 200 hours to the school day. He implemented full day kindergarten to every Chicago child. Give him a big hand. He demonstrated his inclusive approach and policy in the migrant way. He appointed South Asians and Muslims in key positions. And I can give you examples if you want to ask me. City Controller was one of them, Inspector General, Legislative Inspector General, and there are several other positions. He initiated the tradition of iftar
I think you should skip
at the
that
City
last
Hall.
I'm joking.
At the month.
That's just a joke. Go ahead.
He initiated there was a hint, I understand. Okay. He initiated the tradition of iftar at the City Hall in honor of month of Ramadan. He appointed 3 South Asians in the new advisory committee in 2012. The committee that generate recommendation, develop strategies and present an overall vision to promote the city's economic vitality. Please, we all know why we are here. The election is on April 7th. The early voting has already started. I'll urge all the community members here not only to vote, but to ask your friends and your families and neighbors and work volunteer in our campaign. We have a satellite campaign office right next door to you, Western and Devon, 2556. If you have any issues, any problems, please call us, come contact us and get our signs and put posters on your windows and your yards. Thank you so much. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Those of you who know baseball know what a clutch hitter is. The next gentleman is what is called a clutch hitter. A clutch hitter is someone who comes in and hits the game-deciding hit and wins the game. That's the person standing next to me. I'm honored, privileged to have worked with him on several projects, both at CPS, at Lahore Sister City, that is Chicago Sister Cities International, Grace Personified, Grace Under Fire specifically, the most esteemed Dr. Butt.
Mayor Rahm Emanuel, because he graced us today with his presence. All of you who are present here, all the community leaders I can see around, and I can see Samita Shah, I can see Mr. Mahajan, I can see so many, Sarah Pang, Bart Moy, and also the gracious host and some housekeeping calls. I must thank Ms. Shaida Khan for having such a beautiful and hosting everybody here. That's what Devon is all about, and that's what Mayor Rahm Emanuel is all about. He has place for you on the table. Doesn't matter how large or small you are. And that's what really makes him a very unique individual. From local to global to Washington, he does so much work for Chicago. Chicago infrastructure, I was talking to one of my friend Balwinder, and it's so true that Chicago infrastructure was many years old, let me put it this way. And Mayor Rahm Emanuel really put the infrastructure in order so that Chicago can be world-class city and thrive with this beautiful park, lakefront, attracting businesses which were never here. So economic opportunities and education, world-class education. Chicago is known for its world-class education. It's known for its businesses. It's known for its welcoming nature. Mayor Rahm Emanuel has always embraced everybody. Doesn't matter wherever you have come from. You can see the faces around here. That's what Chicago is all about. That's what Mayor Rahm Emanuel is all about. So if we want to continue to see that, and we will continue to see that on April 7th, we'll see a victorious Mayor Rahm Emanuel. Early voting starts today. And all the votes. And I think that, I want to present to you the most unique individual. It's my honor and pleasure to present to you Mayor Rahm Emanuel. Thank you.
Thank you again for hosting us this time. Thank you so much for that. Let me say, as somebody who grew up on Devon Avenue and as a congressman, I always said that Devon Avenue had, on one end, a picture of Golda Meir, and on the other end, a picture of Gandhi, and everything between. And that's what made Devon Avenue one of the great avenues. I want to thank, I know how the aldermen have been recognized. I think we should give all three aldermen a hand for their leadership. Let me say just a few things, because I think this is, Devon Avenue to me is always when you bring people from around the country, around the globe to come see our city. Devon Avenue talks to the strengths of our city, both its neighborhood, its local commercial area, and as you talked about, now we're finally doing the streetscape on Devon Avenue that everybody's been talking about as far back as when I was a congressman. We were talking about that. We're now actually making the investments in the area to give the commercial life, the anchor of our neighborhood and community here, a sense of vitality, so we're always investing in making sure that we need to do what we need to do. But I say that also as a grandson and the son of an immigrant. Chicago is the promise of the American dream. That if you work hard, do right, your kids can achieve the American dream. 100 years ago, my grandfather came to the city of Chicago. 13 years old, by himself. Not a word of English. Couldn't pronounce the city he was coming to supposedly meet a third cousin he never knew. Settled in Lawndale, North Lawndale. Met my grandmother in Douglas Park at a dance, and then really moved uptown to Albany Park. That was the big times for him. He's a truck driver and a steel worker. 3rd grade education. 2 generations later, his grandson is the mayor of the city of Chicago. It's a testament to the great. And so we should be honest. We have people of multiple faiths and views and cultures and backgrounds. We're all proud of where they came from, but it's the shared common vision that if you work hard, do right, give your kids a good education, they can make the most of themselves here in the city of Chicago. You know, I joke often, my grandfather moved the family to Albany Park. We used to every Sunday night have dinner, cousins, everybody, every Sunday night. My uncle was a sergeant in 17th District that oversaw Albany Park. My father, when he came to the States from Israel, opened up his medical practice in Albany Park. When I became a congressman, I represented Albany Park. The Emanuels traveled many miles, we just didn't go very far. But that's the story of Chicago. So I always say, it doesn't matter whether you're, or my grandfather came from Moldova. There's a little sliver between Russia and Romania. You can be from Mexico or Moldavia. You can be from Poland or Pakistan. You can be from Ireland or India. Doesn't matter. Here in Chicago, you work hard, you get a good education for your kids, they can go as far as their God-given potential. That's what this room represents. And beyond that, it also represents what we're trying to do throughout the city of Chicago. I am very happy that we have the fastest growing central business district in America. That's a good thing. Am I happy we're #1 in the corporate relocation? Yes. Am I happy that we're the #1 city for job creation? Yes. Am I happy we're also the #1 city for direct foreign investment? They're picking Chicago. They're doing that. Our finances are not our challenge. Our challenge is to grow an economy, grow jobs. And the finances are about whether we're willing to do the tough things, the necessary things, to give an environment so we can actually get the resources, grow our economy, and then meet our challenges and our opportunities on Devon Avenue, in Little Village, in Uptown, in Chatham, in Auburn Gresham. And so I also think that a growing economy allows you to make the significant investments. And you take this area. What are the basis of a growing economy? Good public neighborhood schools, good public parks, good public libraries, good public transportation, and good public safety. And if you have a growing economy, you can make that investment. If you have a shrinking economy, where jobs and companies and families are leaving, there's only one thing left. Raising taxes, cutting services. That's why I've been so focused on growing the economy. And I actually think this whole debate is all upside down. It's not. And so what I say to you is I want to thank you. We have, right now, 10 days to go. On April 8th, you're going to wake up to a new mayor. One of us is going to be mayor. It's no longer multiple choice.
Only you.
And that will be you.
I understand. Well, it will be me if we work hard in the next 10 days. But here's the deal. What I mean by that is on April 8th, you will have a mayor for 4 years. And you can ask Alderman and all the other business people here that we've worked with. 4 years to make to help lead and make the decisions. 4 years to make a decision how we meet our finances. 4 years to make a decision how we make sure our kids have full-day kindergarten pre-K. 4 years to make sure that we have the investments in our infrastructure. That's what we have to decide. And I don't think this is the time, not only to go back to a day where we were bleeding red ink and jobs and families and companies were leaving, but more importantly, we got big challenges, and you got to be big enough to handle them. There's a reason on every executive's desk there's a sign that says the buck stops here. You can't set up a commission to make up a decision. You can't subcontract. You either have the willingness and the backbone to make the tough calls, or the tough calls will overrun you. So you got 10 days. This is a sprint now. This is where your second wind kicks in. I'm counting on you, so on April 8th, we're building a city together. Thank you, and God bless you. I will say, let me just say this. I've done a lot of events in every one of your respective communities. The reason I'm so proud about today is usually I'm standing up here only with men. Thank God there are women.
And Mayor, I just
I don't usually want to eat with 100 people on
Mr. Mayor,
Yeah.
I want everybody to know one thing.
Yeah.
In 1980s, Mr. Mayor,
Yeah, I'm listening.
there was an article in Wall Street Journal. It called Chicago Beirut on the Lake. Mr. Mayor, under your leadership and continued leadership from Mayor Daley,
Yeah.
you have made this city as heaven on earth.
Oh,
And we want you to keep it that way for next 4 years.
Thank you.
I'm in right now is Devon Avenue, Chicago, and with me, Mayor Chicago, Ramal Manuel. Mr. Mayor, what's your campaign going on, and what about your early votings?
Well, early voting is important because we have a big election coming up with big issues facing the city, and one person is going to be mayor and make those decisions for 4 years with the city and help lead the effort. And I want to encourage everybody to vote early because we have a big challenges ahead of us, and a clear and decisive election that will determine the direction of the city and whether we're going to keep growing jobs and companies and families, or whether that's all going to change and we're going to go back to bleeding red ink and jobs and families leaving. Just look, there's 10 days to go. You put never take your eye off the prize. Focus on what we need to do.
ओके थैंक यू वेरी मच मिस्टर मेयर। जी नाज़रीन, इस वक्त मैं दीवान एवेन्यू शिकागो में मौजूद हूँ और आज यहाँ पर दीवान एवेन्यू में स्टूडियो एलिट में शिकागो के मेयर रावल मैनुअल के एजाज़ में इस्तकबालिया दिया गया, जिसमें इंडियन और पाकिस्तानी कम्युनिटी ने बहुत बड़ी तादाद में शिरकत की। इस वक्त मेरे साथ स्टूडियो एलिट की CEO शाहिदा खान मौजूद हैं। आइए इनसे पूछते हैं कि आज का मेयर का इस्तकबालिया कैसा रहा।
I'm very proud कि शिकागो के मेयर राम मैनुअल स्टूडियो एलीट में तशरीफ़ लाए और सब लोगों ने बहुत पुरजोश इस्तकबाल किया। यहाँ पर अराउंड 200 पीपल हैं और हम रियली चाहते हैं कि नेक्स्ट 4 ईयर जो है हमारे लिए यही रहें और इस टर्न आउट गुड फॉर लास्ट ईयर और सब लोग चाहते हैं और हम उनको सपोर्ट करना चाहते हैं कि वो आइंदा भी आएँ और हमें सबको इसी तरह जिस तरह लास्ट 4 ईयर में हमारी उन्होंने के पाकिस्तान कम्युनिटी इंडियन कम्युनिटी सबको बहुत अच्छी तरह सराहा है।
और आज के इस्तकबालिया से मुतालिक जो इलेक्शन कैंपेन आ रही है उसमें आप लोग का क्या किरदार रहा दीवान एवेन्यू बिजनेस कम्युनिटी का?
हम सब लोग बहुत कोशिश कर रहे हैं कि वो आएँ दोबारा। हमारा यहाँ पर ऑफिस है दीवान एवेन्यू पे, सब लोग मिलकर बहुत ही अच्छा परफॉर्मेंस कर रहे हैं और हमारे बहुत वॉलंटियर हैं जो कि पूरा पुरजोश उनके लिए काम कर रहे हैं। तो बहुत अच्छा हुआ, आज भी सब लोगों ने बहुत अच्छा उनका इस्तकबाल किया और वी आर सो हैप्पी कि वो यहाँ आए दीवान एवेन्यू पे और हमें इतनी इज़्ज़त बख्शी।
थैंक यू शाहिदा खान। जी नाज़रीन, मैं हूँ अंसार रिजवी, नुमाइंदा सफ़ीर पाकिस्तान शिकागो। इस वक्त मैं दीवान एवेन्यू शिकागो में मौजूद हूँ और आज यहाँ पर स्टूडियो एलीट में जो कि बहुत ही मशहूर और मारूफ बिजनेस है दीवान एवेन्यू में शाहिदा खान का, उन्होंने एक इस्तकबालिया अरेंज किया था। और इस वक्त मेरे साथ डॉक्टर तारिक भट्ट साहब मौजूद हैं जो कि लाहौर शिकागो सिस्टर सिटी के चेयर हैं। आइए आज इनसे पूछते हैं कि आज का इस्तकबालिया कैसा रहा।
जी अंसार साहब, शुक्रिया पहले तो बहुत बहुत जियो का इस इवेंट को कवर करने का। ये बहुत ही तारीख़ी नौइयत का इवेंट है और मैं सबसे पहले बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया अदा करूँगा शाहिदा खान साहिबा का कि उन्होंने इतना अच्छा एक तो स्टोर खोला जो स्टूडियो एलीट के नाम से है, हाई एंड स्टोर, और जिसमें हमारी तमाम पाकिस्तानी और इंडियन कम्युनिटी की ज़रूरियात के लिबास मौजूद हैं। और आप देख सकते हैं उनकी क्वालिटी मेरे पीछे हैं कुछ और कुछ आगे हैं। इससे बेहतरीन मैंने कोई चीज़ नहीं देखी और उससे ज़्यादा उनका ग्रेस और उनकी वार्म कि उन्होंने इस इवेंट को ऑर्गेनाइज़ किया, होस्ट किया और चार चांद लगा दिए। मेरे राम इमैनुअल ख़ुद आए और बहुत खुश हुए और उन्होंने तमाम लोगों से मुलाकात की। इसके अलावा उन्होंने शाहिदा खान साहबा से मुलाकात की और बहुत ही सराहा। उसके अलावा आज आप देख सकते थे कि बहुत से मुअज़्ज़िज़ ऑल्डरमैन आए, बहुत से मुअज़्ज़िज़ लीडर आए मुख्तलिफ़ कम्युनिटी के। ये कन्फाइंड पाकिस्तानी अमेरिकन कम्युनिटी तक नहीं था या इंडियन अमेरिकन कम्युनिटी तक नहीं था, बल्कि इसमें सब लोग आए। जूइश अमेरिकन आए, बॉस्नियन अमेरिकन आए, अरब अमेरिकन आए, मैं जिसका आप कहेंगे नाम ले सकता हूँ। और बहुत ही उनकी टॉप एलीट क्लास आई, जैसे कि आपने देखा आज सैरा पेंग जो उनकी पुरानी ट्रांजिशन टीम की चेयर हैं वो मौजूद हैं यहाँ, और बार्ट मॉय जो उनके साथ हमेशा कैंपेन में आगे रहे हैं। तो ये हमारे लिए बहुत ही खुशी का मकाम है और मैं दोबारा शाहिदा खान साहब का शुक्रिया अदा करूँगा कि उन्होंने हमें इस इज़्ज़त से नवाजा और मेयर को इनवाइट किया, होस्ट किया, और सब ने ही आज बहुत अच्छा वक्त गुजारा यहाँ। और इससे हमारा बहुत ही नाम रोशन हुआ, पाकिस्तानी अमेरिकन कम्युनिटी का भी और पाकिस्तान का भी, कि जहाँ की सरज़मीन से हम ताल्लुक़ रखते हैं। मुझे बहुत खुशी है अंसार साहब और वक़ार अली ख़ान साहब जो कि जियो पाकिस्तान सफ़ीर पाकिस्तान के रूह रवां हैं, और किसी भी कम्युनिटी इवेंट को, किसी भी तारीख़ी इवेंट को हमेशा कवर करते हैं, लिंक करते हैं तमाम पाकिस्तानियों को जो अमेरिका में रहते हैं, उन्हें आपस में मिलाते हैं, उनकी ताकत बढ़ाते हैं और उन्हें एक दूसरे से रोशनास कराते हैं। तो इसी नाते से आई होप कि स्टूडियो एलीट भी आज पूरे अमेरिका में और पूरे पाकिस्तान में देखा जाएगा और वो देख सकेंगे कि हमारी क्या क्लास है और हम किस नौइयत के लोग हैं और हमारी क्या रिच कल्चर, हेरिटेज एंड हिस्ट्री है। तो शुक्रिया सफ़ीर पाकिस्तान अंसार साहब और वक़ार अली ख़ान साहब का।
जी नाज़रीन, मैं हूँ अंसार रिज़वी, नुमाइंदा सफ़ीर पाकिस्तान शिकागो। इस वक्त शिकागो दीवान अमूम में मेयर राम इमैनुअल के एजाज़ में एक इस्तक़बालिया का एहतमाम किया गया। नाउ आई हैव सेनेटर हावर्ड, ही हैज़ वर्क फॉर डिकेड दिस कम्युनिटी। Mr. Senator, what's your opinion about the Mayor Rahm Emanuel and today's reception?
Oh, I think he's a fantastic mayor. I think the city would be very well served by him being there again, and have real problems if he wasn't the mayor again. He has brought all kinds of things to the city. He's helped Devon Avenue, made it as vibrant as it could be. He kept it vibrant. You know, these are older stores, these are older buildings, these are older homes and apartment buildings. My own house where I was born is just a block and a quarter from here. My children live there now. My daughter's pregnant and the baby will be there. It'll be the fourth generation living a block and a quarter from this store. And the community has been wonderful to everybody who comes in. It's been a movement of different people from all different countries in the world, and everybody gets along and works together. Everyone wants us to continue to be a vibrant community, have Devon Avenue as something that's great for anybody to come from anywhere in the world and find what they need. You've got a hodgepodge of everybody, and they get along, and that's what's beautiful. And that's what makes our city great. And the mayor, and I've been through all mayors. I served for 30 years in elected office. I was in the Illinois General Assembly, a senator. I was the Democratic Ward Committeeman here. And we always had the cooperation of the mayor because they knew that we were out there helping people. And the people, therefore, were helping us so that we could continue to help them.
जी नाज़रीन, इस वक्त मैं दीवान एवेन्यू शिकागो में स्टूडियो एलीट में मौजूद हूँ, जिसकी रूह रवां शाहिदा खान है। और आज यहाँ पर पाकिस्तानी और इंडियन बिजनेस कम्युनिटी ने शिकागो के मेयर रामन मेहरमल के एजाज़ में एक बहुत ही शानदार इस्तकबालिया का एहतमाम किया, जिसमें शिकागो सिटी के एल्डरमैन समेत शिकागो के मौजूदीन ने बहुत बड़ी तादाद में शिरकत की। आज के मेयर रामन मेहरमल के इस्तकबालिया में शिकागो लाहौर सिस्टर सिटी के चेयर जनाब डॉक्टर तारिक भट्ट साहब ने भी खुसूसी शिरकत की। अंसार रिजवी, सफ़ीर पाकिस्तान, शिकागो।